Good morning. It's finally here, opening day of G1 2021. I'm here in Tehama Wildlife Area, and it's about 7:15. It's getting, as you can see, just getting light enough where you can see the hillsides. I want to mosey up the hill, start rolling some ridges, really trying to pick apart these oaks and this brush, all this buckbrush. Seen a few deer at night driving on in. A couple does and a little dinky forkinghorn. So they're in here. So hopefully I can get a shot on camera. We'll see. This is gonna be the first. I'm here solo hunting, and wish me luck. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming along. Well, as you can see, I'm just giving you a quick little update. That's the kind of terrain that I'm hunting this morning. A lot of 5 to 6 foot tall buckbrush, and it's about 7:35. I've heard some shots below me, some shots above me, and we're talking, as the crow flies, maybe 3/4 to a full mile. Just little pops in the distance. So I'm right in the middle, so I think I'm in a good spot. It's very easy walking. It's rained the last several days pretty hard. The leaves have absorbed some moisture, so they're very quiet to walk on. And with the mud, you can definitely tell what tracks are fresh and not around here. So there's a couple fresh doe tracks and yearling tracks I've cut, but we'll keep on pushing. Hi guys, welcome back. I just glassed up my first 2 deer, a doe and a yearling. They were approximately right here on the edge of this clearing. I range find it was 378 yards. So a little bit of poke, but like I said, just a doe and a yearling. Still trying to glass all I can glass. This is big country. I did some range finding, and there's nothing really too close. So hopefully that'll give me time, if I do see a buck, to get my cameras out and ready for you guys. So just give you a quick little update. Hey guys, as you can see, it's starting to rain. It's been raining actually now for about an hour and a half. Everything's got real quiet. I haven't heard any more shots. I heard about half a dozen this morning, the first hour or so. But it's been real quiet. I moved locations about a mile down the road, hunting in a great big oak grass field, and haven't seen a deer for quite some time, but I did look down and happened to stumble upon nice little hard white. Little recovery on that guy. Last year's brown, he's starting to fade, but this is a good representative. This is what I'm looking for. Just on the hoof. Gotta find him on the hoof. So I'll keep looking. I'm not looking for shed antlers. I just happened to stumble across that one. A lot of country to look at, as you can see. I'll show you here real quick. A lot of country. It's been real quiet. I think the deer have bedded down for right now. I'll show you, flip it around. A lot of country to glass. They're out there about 60 yards. Some does. I think I saw a fork and horn, so I'm gonna check. Wish me luck. Fork and horn, and then there was a pretty decent size 1.5-year-old fork and horn, a much better buck. I can only see his top of his head, his horns, and his ears skylighted. Hopefully you got that on camera. But as they rounded the ridge, or rolled the ridge, I don't know where they disappeared to. I don't know if they went down this way or cut back into the oaks. I'm not sure where they went. There was 5 or 6 does, a spike, and 2 fork and horns that I saw for sure. So I'm gonna look for them, turn off the camera, turn it back on when I see some deer that close. So I'm not sure what happened. I was sitting way over here, and I glassed up a really nice buck, standing actually right here. Here's just some of those marks. He was eating the brush right here, and I could see him from over there. And my rangefinder couldn't quite get this far, but down below it said 768. I figured he was up, in the 9s to 1,000 yards. So I came down and came up, and the wind's blowing this way. So I circled way around, and about 150, 200 yards over on this point over here, I bumped a whole bunch of deer, as you saw. So I tried to get a shot at a fork and horn, but I was hoping this guy wouldn't get bumped. I was hoping I was far enough away, but I can see where he looked like he was bedded down right there. You can see his elbow, and he stood up. He's a real nice buck. I couldn't see how many points he was, but I was looking at 1,000 yards and I could see antlers. So he came through here. He was bedded down right here, and he ran through there, and he started to bounce. There's one bounce. There's the second landing. There's the third landing. So he's heading kind of back down where I came from, because I was over there. He headed into this draw. So when I went down into this draw down here to come back up, as I was coming down, I couldn't get on film. There were 7 mature does, not one yearling, unfortunately not one buck, and they were all about 2, but they were skedaddling pretty quick on that ridge over there with the blonde grass. It's amazing how quick deer can move. But we'll go slither down here and see if we can find one of them. This is fun. This is what I'm out here for. Opening day. I've seen at least 3 fork and horns, and wherever that mature buck was there, 3-point, 4-point, I don't know. He was nice. He had a nice big boxy frame. He's around here somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna go look for him. Bye for now. So I was just glassing the hillside where I came from, essentially. This mountain, just glassing it. Looking back in case anything double backed over me. And I just happened to look down right here. Check this out. 30-06 Hornady. Looks like it's a few years old. That's crazy. Let's find a bullet out in the middle of nowhere. It's on this rock for somebody else to see next time. Never know what you're gonna find out in the deer woods. A deer hunting bullet. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, it's beautiful country. Sometimes it's like a needle in a haystack. I was that close earlier, so close. I didn't get it on film, but shortly after I was giving you guys an update, I looked to my right and there was that spike that I saw earlier actually up on this knob here. And he was with a few does. The does were bedded down. And then below me 100 yards through the oak thickets, those great big thickets up there, blew out a deer, and it was the big boxy frame buck. I have no idea how many points he is again. Too many branches and trees and oaks in between him and I. But man, I blew it. I was following his tracks, and I looked to my right and I got distracted by the deer, the spike, and the does, and he blew out of there about 100 yards in front of me. I tried. There was no window of opportunity to get a shot off even. And then I couldn't pick up his tracks again, so I don't know. I don't know where he went, but approximately 15 minutes later, there was somebody shooting across the canyon. I was over there. Over here on this side, somebody shot 3 shots, so and they were fairly close to me as the crow flies, maybe 800-900 yards. So maybe that deer went that far, but I doubt it. He probably was shooting at a different buck. So they're here. Just gotta find them. Gotta hunt for them. Hey, welcome back. The camera's picking up some pretty good light, but it's actually getting pretty dark. This is pretty much my last 5 minutes of day 1 ending here. So it's been a good day. I came really close to sealing the deal. Had a fork and horn opportunity, and then I really kind of choked on that bigger buck. I thought maybe he bounced off and kind of was a lot farther than he was. Those tracks I was showing you earlier, he was only 100, maybe 125 yards, posted up in a bunch of oak tree thickets. And so he was pretty safe, but when he busted out of there and I saw how close he was, I felt stupid. I kicked myself. That's hunting. I gotta learn from it. All right, well, that's day 1. Overall, I say it's a success. I saw antlers today, so that's it's always good. All right, have a good night. See you in the morning. Bye. All right, welcome back. Day 2 is a wet one. There's a lot of streams running. Everything's windy, rainy, nasty weather today. But we're out here. Can't get them from the couch. I'm gonna keep this quick. Day 2. I don't know how much footage I'm gonna do today just due to the nasty weather, but I'll try my best. Wish us luck. Here we go. She be moving. Hi, welcome to day 3 of the 2021 G1 hunt. As you can see, I'm at the rifle range, double checking my zero. I did 3 days of bumpiness on the quad. I just want to make sure it's zeroed, so when the time comes, it's not the gun. So I'm gonna give it a few shots, see what my group looks like. If necessary, re-zero. Go out, be ready for tomorrow morning. Hey guys, I gotta apologize. On the end of day 3 there, at the end of my shooting gallery, re-zeroing in my rifle, I had to take a few pop shots there and dial it back in. It was a few inches off from the bumpiness of the quad ride over the days. But I apologize, I didn't end that day 3 very clean or smoothly. And so just letting you know, it was just a regroup day, a day to dry off. Both Brent and I were just soaked after 3/4 of a day hunting out in that downpour and that heavy wind. It was pretty miserable, but we tried to stick it out hoping that it would work, and just no luck. The deer just, I think, really hunkered down, and with the wind, it was too hard to get down in those ravines without just getting blown off the mountain ourselves. Plus, you can see the river, Cottonwood Creek, really raised up, and the day before, it was that high to about a foot deep when we trudged on through it. So not wise, but we had to get back. So all right, that was into day 3. That was part 1. See you in part 2, day 4. Can't wait. Shots fired.